I hold this fundamental belief that, we all should live and are privileged to live a fulfilling life. And with that I think that's something that's very personal, for every one of us, because we all have our own dreams and desires. And the thing which is very, very easy, sadly enough, is to get settled for this false belief that living a fulfilling life is only for the lucky few. And because of that, I think it's easy to settle for less or to compromise, or maybe even worse, to stop dreaming. On a very personal level, for me, it translates into this thing where I'm always looking for new ways to, to discover and especially uncover my own boundaries of my capabilities that I have today. And the thing that really excites me and makes me curious, like sort of this anticipation of working today on tomorrow's change. And that's a really great feeling when you feel that you've accomplished that, maybe a little step down the line. So to me personally, fashion has always been some integral part of my life. Might it be the side jobs I had, the real jobs I had, the places I lived, and the money that I spent, and all these things. I was always passive in this fashion thing. I was a consumer, the person who is using the end product and just kind of is obeying, like whatever is dictated from above. And I wanted to be more active in it. I wanted to get more involved and contributing on my own terms. And then secondly, one thing that really activated me to do this is that I don't really agree with a lot of things that are happening in the fashion industry as it is these days. And I think a lot of things are backwards, and some of the things in the system are actually very broken. The reason why I really like fashion is, for me, it's a really big part of self-expression, which I find so important. And working in a fashion company doesn't per se mean that you are working on that side of fashion. Actually, not at all. You're just one of the chains within, making a company work and bringing a product to the market. And that's why I figured, like, if I do something for myself, that's actually, I think it's the only way to voice what is ever in my head and to sort of externalize the opinions and the visions I have with fashion. And that's how I came to the creation of a fashion label. And that's how I decided to start my own label. Before 7 a.m. Is, for me, it is a fashion label, but what it is most of all, it's I would really like to inspire others, and I think also myself. You always have to push yourself, and it's for me a good way to push myself and to stay busy on this. But like, I really want to inspire women to live an authentic life and to be clear on the decisions that they're making. And before 7 a.m. is, maybe it's good if I tell you why I choose that name. For me, before 7 a.m. is that moment of the day where, picture everyone's still asleep in his bed, lights are off, there's no cars, the streets are empty, the sun is yet out, and you're on the street, and the sun is like warming up your skin, and you're all by yourself, and you're not being disturbed by obligations or expectations especially, but it's the moment that you own the world for a short moment. And when you own the world, you can decide what you're going to do with it, and that's a moment where you can decide what's going to happen and what do you want to happen. And I think that's a very powerful moment, and often we forget, to stop for a second and make that sort of conscious decision of that, this is where I want to go to, and this is what I want to happen, and I'm going to take this step in order to make that happen. And that's where before 7 a.m. stands for. I think that was it for now, but there's definitely way, way more to explain on before 7 a.m. And besides that, I want to show you some behind the scenes. So please stay tuned and follow me with the next video.